Of course.
The enemy is on us!
Must prepare for conflict.
We need more resources! We've spotted the enemy!
He is the dissonance among the melodies. I am but a humble servant.
Follow Sauron. Must prepare for conflict. Death to the west!
They're attacking over here!
The shadow is a pathway to many abilities.
The old ones! Hurry it up with the resources! Get your hunters!
Lift your weapons.
Listen up! Get up! There will be no slime here! We've let a mountain troll out of his cage! You'll do what you're told! Build! I know! Another orc horde fresh out of the pit. This army can't get any bigger! You maggots!
You can trust me.
Listen up! Take your tools ready!
He is the dissonance among the melodies.
The enemy!
They will only keep coming. I bring you gifts from the Valar. You can trust me.
Be ready! Keep it up!
He is the dissonance among the melodies.
They're attacking!
I am but a humble servant.
We've constructed the foundry. The Gorgoroth foundry is ready. There'll be none left. Keep going. The enemy is on us. Fight down, you pirates. He is ready for fight as well as bad as the elf come.
I will guide the children of Ilúvatar.
There's the enemy.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise?
He's ready. Slay them all. It's them. They attack him.
Follow Sauron. Quickly down. Lift your weapons.
I am but a humble servant.
There they are.
He is the dissonance among the
Follow
melodies.
Sauron.
Good is a point of view. Did you ever hear the tragedy? I bring you gifts from the Valar. I am but a humble servant. Tolo, Govanoven!
Taste your forged steel.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise? The shadow is a pathway to many abilities.
Wine, riches, women. That was all
I will
the
guide
job
the children of
description, but so
Ilúvatar.
far I've only seen the wine.
Fix that attitude of yours. What? There will be no slapping here. They're attacking us.
I am but a humble servant.
Get your bows. Work hard. Listen up. We've improved the Gorgoroth foundry. Get ready for fighting.
The shadow is a pathway to many abilities. Three rings for the elven kings under the sky. I did not come to fight. He is the dissonance among the melodies. You can trust me. Good is important. The hardest choices require the strongest rules. Drago! Rejoice in your gifts. He is the dissonance among the melodies.
Work hard! Work never ends here.
We are sons and daughters of the Edai, of Elros Tarminiatur, whose host conquered Morgoth himself.
I think I smell the enemy.
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I am but a humble servant.
They strike from afar. The east shall prevail.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
You can trust me. He is the dissonance among the melodies. Mauea nin avini.
It's an attack!
Did you ever hear the
Cleverness
tragedy
for men of small ambitions. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
Bring those slaves to the farm.
Push them back, men of calm.
When all this is ended,
I am but a humble
elves will take
servant.
orders from us.
I will move swiftly. I cannot linger. Namari!
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
I know why you're here.
They're attacking us! The Easterling garrison expands!
I gave you sight when you still did not see. So what
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I know why you're here.
Must prepare for
Did
conflict.
you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise? He is the dissonance among the
The
melodies.
foundry is under attack! We've improved
I will
the
move
Gorgoroth
swiftly.
foundry! They're
I
attacking
cannot
us!
linger.
We've
9
expanded
for
the
mortal
troll
men
cage!
doomed to
The
die.
Orcish stronghold has been
I will
expanded.
move swiftly.
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
The shadow is a
More
pathway
Easterlings
to
flock
many
to their
villages.
garrison!
I did not come to fight. You can trust me.
I know why you're here.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Good is a point of view. I am but a humble servant.
It's an attack!
I will guide the children of Iluvatar. I cannot linger. 9 for mortal men doomed to die. I cannot linger.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Now, what seems to be the trouble? Cleverness for
can
men of
trust me.
small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
Attacking us!
3 rings for the Elven.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
You misjudge me. I'm no Tom.
I cannot linger.
I have always held you in high regard. Call for my god.
When all this is ended,
He is
elves
the
will take
dissonance
orders
among
from
the
us.
melodies. Rejoice in your
Mauea
gifts. Nin avini. Good is a point of view. I will move swiftly.
Get over here!
The shadows are power. I will guide the children of Iluvatar. He is the dissonance among the melodies. The shadows are pathway to many abilities. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise? The shadow is a pathway to many abilities. I am but a humble servant. The hardest choices require the strongest wills. You can trust me. What could you give me? I will guide the children of Iluvatar. He is the dissonance among the melodies.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
They're attacking over here!
This day extracts a heavy toll.
Crooks, many of them.
3 rings for the Elven Kings.
Cleverness to men of small ambition. I'd
I
much
did not
rather
speak.
it if you were wise.
Never mind the law. That's what I say.
The foundry grows ever greater.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Any of your people I can mention?
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
I will guide the children of Iluvatar. I bring you gifts from the Valar. Point of view.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
You can trust me. The shadow is a pathway to many abilities.
Get your bows.
He is the dissonance among the melodies.
We've improved the
I've got most of my kit, but I've lost my crest. Surely someone's got a spare, you think?
Let those slaves escape. What? They're attacking us. You know what to do.
Priests. Crooks, many of them. No problem.
Have you forgotten how to salute?
Simple. When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
I've got most of my kit, but I've lost my crest. Surely someone's got a spare, you think?
Sam. I know what I have to do. It's in there. It's too late. I see it. It's in there. We'll see.
We have the building.
Join me.
Priests. Crooks, many of them.
It's time to let old things die. I see it. It's too late.
I need your advice on a delicate matter if you'd be willing.
Come along.
I feel like he's the father you never had.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
7 for the Dwarf Lords.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Spears ready. We fight for Mordor. Move together.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise?
Cleverness for men of small
I've got most of my
ambition.
kit, but I've lost my
I'd much
crest.
rather it if you
Surely
were
someone's got a
wise.
spare, you think? Go with fortune, sir. Never mind the law. That's what I say.
Excuse me.
The Supreme Leader is wise. We'll see. It's too late. I know what I have to do.
Priests. Crooks, many of them.
I called you here for a reason. I gave you sight you never stood and not see.
I am but a humble servant.
Soldiers in our building. Easterlings, rise up.
Lift your weapons.
I called you here for a reason.
Good is a point of view.
Attacking over here.
I am but a humble servant. You can trust me. I did not come to fight. Rejoice in your gifts. I am but a humble servant.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Wars, forests, trade, tribute.
For Lord Sauron. Go, quickly. Quickly now. Quickly, run!
Attacking the border. I know. Get pushing. They plundered the builder's cart.
Must prepare for conflict. Cut them down where they stand. They strike from afar, then quickly.
Attacking us. They're attacking the farm.
I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
Sam, we'll see. It's in there.
Excuse me.
So,
I
feel like he's the father he never had.
Another attack! It's the enemy's fortress! We've improved the Gorgoroth foundry.
God's below. Sam.
You can trust me.
Never ends here. Make yourself useful.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Mordor Mines? The shadows are powerful to many abilities.
It's time to let old things die.
We have completed the slave farm. Behind us.
I want to be free of this pain.
You
look just right as
You can trust me. The shadows are powerful to many abilities. I will guide the children of Iluvatar. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise? Good is a point of view. He is the dissonance among the melodies. I will guide the children of Iluvatar. I bring you gifts from the I am but a humble servant. You can trust me.
Men of the East, prepare for war. You orcs, mine, break them apart.
Cleverness for men of small ambition.
I'd much rather it be wise.
He is the dissonance among the melodies. I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from
Dissonance
us.
among the melodies.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I am but a humble servant. Good is the right.
I'm a hero of the whole Mountain Legion, I am.
The shadows are powerful.
He stands. That's the enemy.
9 for mortal men doomed to die.
It's an attack!
I will guide the children of Iluvatar. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise?
I've always held you in high regard.
The ring is lost.
Any of your people I can mention?
I gave you sight, and yet you still do not see through my eyes.
I've always held you in high
You
regard.
can trust me. Mauia Ninavini. I will guide the children of Iluvatar. I cannot linger.
I called you here for a reason.
Ready your arrows. Why you waiting? Men of the East, march!
You can trust me.
Sergeant!
Jailfisher.
Good is a point of view. Rejoice in your gifts. The shadows are powerful to many abilities.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
I am but a humble servant. Good is a point of view. He is the dissonance among the melodies. The shadows are powerful to many abilities. He is the dissonance among the melodies. I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
You here for a reason.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
You see, the tide may rise and drown.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise? The shadows are powerful to many abilities. He is the dissonance among the melodies. They will only keep coming. 9 for mortal men doomed to die. I am but a humble servant. The shadows are powerful to many abilities. You can trust me. Mauea nin avini. I am but a humble servant. I will guide the children of
All this is
Iluvatar.
ended. Else takes orders from
I
us.
expect your advice in a delicate matter if you'd be willing.
I did not speak.
No slack, come on, get moving! Stay alert!
Crooks, many of them.
We'll manage the dissonance among the
We're
melody.
almost finished with these!
I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
Don't let those slaves escape!
I am but a humble servant. I will move swiftly.
I did not speak. Go with fortune, sir.
Cleverness for men of small ambitions. I'd much rather if you were wise. Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I go to war for Númenor.
I called you here for a reason.
All this is ended. Elves will take orders from us.
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
Ready for it! Have those pikes ready! Keep them sharp, boys! Pick up those pikes! We'll be ready for it! Wake up! The foundry is eyes to the front! The enemy is on us!
With prophecy comes torment.
Now, what seems to be the trouble? I'd like to think you've learned that by now.
You look just right, as you are.
I did not speak. I cannot succeed well.
Cleverness for men of
Did you
small
ever hear
ambition.
the tragedy
I'd
of
much rather
Mordor?
if you were wise. I swear that elven hands will never take Numenor's help.
I gave you sight when to dominate?
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise. Now, what seems to be the trouble? Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
We can rule together.
Stand ready, maggots! On your feet, come on!
With prophecy comes torment.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Ring is
Push
lost.
them back! Stay alert!
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I know why you're here.
I see it. We'll see.
No slacking, you scum!
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were
I am
wise.
but a humble servant. 3 rings for the elven kings under I bring you gifts from the Valar. Namari! I cannot linger.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from
I
us.
will grant you the vision.
Call for my guard.
I know why you're here.
Here is your
There's
truth.
some other thing.
Cleverness for men of small ambition.
Did
I'd
you
much
ever
rather
hear
it if
the
you were
tragedy
wise.
of Melkor the Wise? I did not come to fight. Good is appointed. Namari!
Ring is lost.
I will guide the children of Iluvatar. 9 for mortal men doomed to die. You can trust me. Good is appointed you. They will only keep coming. The hardest choices require the strongest rules. dissonance among the melodies. Namari!
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Keep them sharp, boys. Have those enemy on us! It's the ring! Take it quickly! They've picked up the rise to the front! There they are!
I want to be free of this pain.
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Cleverness for men of small ambition.
I will guide the
I'd
children
much
of
rather it if you were
Iluvatar.
wise.
I cannot linger. Rejoice in your gifts. I will move swiftly. He is the dissonance among them.
Now, what seems to be the trouble? Cleverness for men of small ambition.
I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
I know why you are here.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Statecraft is the art of attending to small matters as diligently as
I am but a humble servant. Mine for mortal men doomed to die.
We are betrayed.
Drago!
Its power blazes like a beacon, and will bring ruin to all Middle
Now,
Earth.
what seems to be the trouble?
To the sky.
I know! Build!
He is the dissonance among the melodies.
The enemy!
Namari!
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
The Easterlings are here! We've expanded the
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Commanders, ready for battle.
Bring those slaves to the farm!
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I will guide the children of Iluvatar. Rejoice in your gifts.
We must crush the West!
I need your advice on a delicate matter, if you'd be willing.
Hail to the Dark Lord. No soul can lit this eye.
I've got most of my kit, but I lost my crest. Surely someone's got a spare.
The Easterlings have just slash them!
I did not speak.
I will serve the forces.
You can trust me.
The ring has been dropped! The enemy!
Inspection! You useless maggots, we have orders! Let's get 'em, boys!
We're almost finished with these!
Excuse me.
The Easterlings are here!
We go there! Forward! Ready!
Spears ready!
Hail to the Dark Lord Sauron! I will lead! Prepare for war! Inspection! Move along,
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
I called you here for a reason. I'm not giving you sight of your enemies. I would have nothing more to you don't have to tell.
There's the camp!
What end?
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
The tide of darkness rises.
Soldiers, destroy them! We must crush the West!
I will serve. The Dark Lord shall reign.
Fire arrow!
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
They have the ring!
I've got most of my kit, but I've lost my crest. Surely
Now,
someone's got a spare.
what seems to be the trouble?
I know why you are here.
Far away!
Have you forgotten how to salute?
Cleverness to men of small ambition.
Crooks, many of them.
I'd much rather if you were wise.
They will fear us.
What?
Hail
You
to the
know
dark
what to
Lord
do.
Sauron.
My spirit has
tide
lost
of
none of its
darkness
I will
rises.
guide the children of Iluvatar.
There.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from
I will
us.
grant you.
Cleverness to men of small ambition.
I gave you
I'd much
sight
rather
and
if you
you
were
stubborn
wise.
Slay them! Slash them! Destroy them! We have completed the slave
Call for
farm.
my god.
We are killed engines. Build!
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Bury them!
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor?
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
With prophecy comes torment.
I will serve.
Call for my god.
We shall rule these lands.
Come, me slaves!
They will fear us.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Those slaves!
Contemplate if you can. That might benefit us.
Slaves to the far. The tide of darkness rises.
We're under attack!
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Rejoice in your gifts. Mortal men doomed to die.
Cleverness to men of small ambition.
I am but a humble
Much
servant.
rather if you were wise. Now, what seems to be the trouble?
We go to war.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
The Dark Lord shall reign.
She will remain, what seems to be the trouble?
A kingdom of men!
I am but a humble servant. Namari. Good. The shadows are now
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Bury them!
You can trust me. They will only keep coming.
Prophecy comes torment.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I gave you sight and you stubborn.
I am but a humble servant. I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
Cleverness to men of small ambition. I'd much rather if you were wise. Now, what seems to be the trouble?
We are betrayed. Its power blazes like a beacon. And when you hear from to see through
Some other form. Lost my crest.
Cleverness to men of small ambition. I'd much rather if you were wise.
Break them apart!
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
If your people like to mention your advice.
I am but a
That's
humble
what you do.
servant. I bring you gifts from the Valar.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Good is a point of view. I will move swiftly.
There they are!
I gave you sight and yet you
Cleverness
still do
to
not
men of
see.
small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
Beat them down! The enemy is on us! Attack!
The ring is lost. You forget yourself. Tell me what you wish to see.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
I called you here for a reason. How much are you willing to sacrifice?
I suppose.
Are you willing to forfeit more? Or end?
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Cut them down!
Men in the east!
Cleverness to men of small ambition. I'd much rather if you were wise.
Wars, forests, trade, tribute.
Oh, I will grant
Now,
you.
what seems to be the trouble?
The ring is
This place
lost.
belongs to the enemy. They will fear us. This way.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Make yourself
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Did you ever hear the tragedy of I bring you gifts from the Valar. 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of
I
stone.
know why you're here.
We saw some troubling things last time.
I am but a humble servant. I will move
When
swiftly.
can I expect him? We'll leave when the time is
You
right.
can trust me.
Call for my guard. If I am not a tyrant, if I merely seek the
All this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Cut them down! Listen here, slugs.
Cleverness to men of small
I am
ambition.
but a humble servant.
I'd much rather it if you were wise.
Rejoice in your gifts.
The Dark Lord shall reign.
What's them back here for?
I will guide the children of Iluvatar. You can trust me. The shadow is a pathway to I bring you gifts from the Valar. Baiwea nin avini. I will plan my return.
Take your tools ready. It's an attack!
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Without delay.
Dare stop that, not for all the salt in the sea.
I called you here for a reason.
When all this is ended, elves will take
many of
orders from us.
Oh, I will grant you.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Prophecy comes to men.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
I am but a humble servant. 7 for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone.
Who's attacking us?
Bring those slaves to the farm.
I will guide the children of Iluvatar. Good is a point of view. 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky.
There will be no slapping here. We can't make yourself useful.
Cleverness to men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
We shall rule these lands.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I know why you're here.
I need your advice.
Cleverness
Delicate
to men of
matter.
small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise. I swear that elven hands will never take Umnor's hell.
I've always held you in high regard.
I swear that elven hands will never take Umnor's hell. She will remain, as always, a kingdom of men.
Here is your truth.
Advice. Delicate matter.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Well, have you forgotten how to salute?
The shadow is a pathway to many abilities. Good is a point of view.
Cleverness to men of small
I've
ambition.
always held you in high regard.
Excuse me.
Never mind the law. That's what I say.
Prophecy comes to men.
Truth. Crooks and dissonance among the melodies.
You look just right, as you are.
Now, what seems to be the trouble? Look
Well,
down.
have you forgotten how to salute?
I'm still considering it.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Any of your people I can mention?
So you still disapprove of my actions?
We're under attack!
It's so lonely.
Cleverness, the men of small ambition. I'd much rather
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor?
I've got most
the
of my kit, but I've
Wise?
lost my crest. Surely someone's got a
The ring
spare.
is lost.
He is the dissonance among the melodies.
The enemy!
Oh, I will grant you your vision.
The shadow is a pathway.
Prophecy comes to an end.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
The ring is lost.
The Supreme Leader is wise. I know what I have to do.
Cleverness, the men of small ambition. I'd much rather it were wise.
This way!
Now contemplate, if you
I
can,
did not
how
speak.
that might benefit us.
He is the dissonance among the melodies. Rejoice in your gifts. I will move swiftly.
Attacking us!
3 rings for the Elven Kings.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Sometimes the folly of youth is enough to make mind weak.
To an end.
Cleverness, the men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
I go to war for Numenor.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Now contemplate, if you can, how that might benefit us. I'm destined that
Sometimes the folly of youth is enough.
keep your voice stuck.
Any of your people I can mention?
When all this is ended, elves will take orders
I
from
know
us.
why you're here.
Cleverness, the men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
You can see through
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
I will grant you
Cleverness,
your
the
vision.
men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
When all this is ended,
Did
elves
you
will
ever
take
hear
orders
the
from us.
tragedy of Melkor
Now,
the Wise?
what seems to be the trouble?
Say, it's in there.
I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
Cleverness, the men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
I know why you're here.
Now, what seems to be the
The
trouble?
shadow is a pathway to many abilities.
Cleverness, the men of small ambition.
I am but a
I'd
humble
much rather it
servant.
if you were wise.
We shall rule these lands! Stay in your ranks! Leave none alive! Advance!
When all this is
Advance.
ended, elves will take orders from us.
We go to war!
They're attacking us!
Orders from the Eye!
There'll be none left! Go, break them apart! To the east!
Now, what seems to be the trouble? Like to think we've learned that by now.
The shadow is a pathway to
It's time to let old things die.
Cleverness, the men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
The ring is lost.
The Supreme Leader is wise.
I am but a humble servant.
You know I can take whatever I want. I know what I have to do.
Good is a point of
Now,
view.
what seems to be the trouble? Cleverness, the men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
When all this is ended, elves will take
I
orders
gave
from
you
us.
sight but still do not see.
It's time to let old things die.
Prophecy comes to an end. See through now. See through now.
Call for my god.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
When can I expect things?
This way!
Elves will take orders from us.
Attacking us!
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
See, the tide may rise and drown.
I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
Sweet to see.
I need your advice on a delicate matter, if you'd be willing.
How far now? Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
Forgive us, still do not see.
Now, what seems to be the trouble? I think you've learned that by
The Supreme Leader is
I've always
wise.
held you in high regard.
It's time to let all
I did
things
not
die.
speak. It's them! They're attacking!
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
Good is a point of view.
I swear that elven hands will never take
Seven
those.
course.
Now, what seems to be the trouble?
I don't know for Numenor.
I am but a humble servant. 3 rings for the elven kings under the sky. Rejoice in your gifts. 7 for the dwarf
Excuse me.
lords in their halls of stone. He is the dissonance among the melodies.
I need your advice on a delicate matter, if you'd
Any
be
of your
willing.
people, like I
Good
mentioned,
is a point of
you
view.
all together.
When all this is ended, elves will take orders from us.
Cut them down!
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise.
I will guide the children of Iluvatar.
They're attacking over here!
I am but a humble servant.
Now, what seems to be the
Did
trouble?
you ever hear the tragedy of Melkor the Wise?
Cleverness for men of small ambition. I'd much rather it if you were wise. Now, what seems to be the trouble?
Wars, forests, trade, tribute.
Have you forgotten how to salute?
I'm not worried about that. Dinner from perhaps.
When can I expect him? Certainly, why not?